Hello creatures. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate a method to live in integrity with our dreams and to embody our potential sustainably over a long period of time. I do this through a process I call creative design, which is essentially the creation of different challenges that I use to coordinate where do I want to go, how do I want to get there, and when do I want to get there by. Learning to live in integrity with my dream has really been made tangible through this process for me. I used to feel like I was very much floundering and doing a lot of things but kind of getting nowhere. And this is essentially the practice and process that I would share with myself if I could go back in time and give me the things that I didn't have but needed. So, basically, the foundation of creative design is that we have a time container in which we participate in a challenge, and it's like an initiation ritual. Living in integrity with these challenges means actually getting to do the things that we want to do and become the person we want to be, become the person we know we can be. So here's the underlying structure of this technology. Each challenge has an output. This is the thing that I want to create, and this is what it means to be done out in the world or completed. 2, it has a duration, meaning this is when the challenge starts, this is when it ends, this is the time container for this experiment that I'm conducting with my own self, with my own consciousness. 3, it has a ritual. A ritual is this is the thing that I do every day to bring this project into fruition. I also like to do this 4th element, which are focal points. And the difference between a ritual and a focal point for me is a daily ritual is non-negotiable, meaning like this is the daily practice that I'm doing. Right now, it's music. Focal points are more things that are really important to me and I need to continue to monitor. And then the 5th element is reflection. Reflection is something that I like to do on a daily basis, taking note on the process and what comes up in me throughout the day. Then there's a weekly review, which is how did I do this week? And I have a template that asks a series of questions that are pertinent to my present challenge. And then I have a monthly review. And I coordinate all of my challenges with the moon. So a monthly review is going to be done on or right next to a full moon or a new moon, depending on when I start the official challenge. And weekly reviews are going to be done at the halfway point between new and full and new. So that's the basic format, and now I'm going to exemplify this in action with my current protocol. And I like to give each new challenge like a cool, fun name and a little mythological framework. So here we go. This is a program called Notion, and it is where I go to coordinate all of my creative design challenges. So I use Notion essentially as a digital helm, and it is really great at helping me organize my life. So I visit this every day. So here's the core design challenge, which is essentially shoot 20 videos by between January 3rd and February 1st, which is coordinated between 2 full moons. The ritual that I have to do non-negotiable every day is music. AiAhziRa practice is something specific to me, which is kind of like relating to music as a spiritual practice. The focal points here are things that are really important for me to monitor, but not necessarily something that I'm going to be doing every day. These focal points are something that I will be tuning into, basically asking myself, how did I do at the end of each week and at the end of the month? And beneath each one, it's like motion. For movement, my movement practice, I just want to be exercising 4 days a week. I have matrix here, which is just basically what I use to be like architecting my life and where I want to go. And then I have money, which is essentially there are certain things that I need to do to make sure that I'm on top of my money game and moving forward and generating wealth in life. So I've written those down here and I'm filling them out. Then I have this orientation aspect, which is this week, shoot to kill. This is essentially like the fundamental checklist that I want to do for this week. And at the weekly review, I'm going to review these elements and then replace this week. And then here I have entries. So the cool thing about Notion is it works with databases. So every day I'm going to start a new note page. Here's my current note page for today, including just like the outline for this call or conversation. But tomorrow I'll open up a new page and it will show the date. I'll label it, and then I can include all of my notes about how'd the practice go, what's coming up. It's a great place for me to process. And at the end of the challenge in 1 month, I basically have a whole bunch of data collected about myself that really allows me to get to understand myself, to know myself. It's such an incredible practice to look back, reflect, take note upon things that kept on coming up, and see patterns that I otherwise wouldn't see if I were not reflecting upon my work. And that can help me inform the structure for the next challenge. You'll also notice right over here, I have these checklist items. And this is basically a way for me to continue to tune into my focal points up here. So I have, did I make music today? Did I exercise today? Did I do the things that I need to do to participate in generating wealth in my life? Did I connect to AiAhziRa, which to me essentially means arriving to music in a state of prayer, where I'm meditative and open to the universe. So if I do these different activities, then I can check them off. And as I continue to add new entries, I'll basically be like, okay, I was able to, I exercised 2 out of the past 3 days. And over time, it gives me a lot of good feedback of where I'm connecting and where I'm disconnecting with myself. Now I'd like to spend a little bit more time sharing very specifically about my current challenge. Also do so in the context of my last mission, which was to create an audio visualizer every week, meaning every week I was creating a new song, producing it, and creating a visual to go alongside it, and outputting that to Instagram, social media. And basically what I felt was it was a really good practice, and it felt like training for the real game, which is essentially the game that I'm working on now. The real game when it comes to releasing music in this world is to release high quality music and get it to as many people as possible. What I was doing was essentially kind of half releasing these tracks. Rather than fully producing them, I was just being like, this is the best thing that I could do this week. And it was fun, it was cool, but what I really want to do is release high quality music to as many people possible, which involves like taking a track, a piece of music, all the way to like a full completion point, done, rather than, time limit is up, so then it's done. I have an EP that is complete, and I basically, instead of just doing one video for each song, I want to actually market each song and learn how to share in this digital age. So I want to make 4 videos for each song. I've got 5 songs in the EP. So my plan is to release 1 song a month and promote with these 4 songs each, one core kind of music video visualizer each week. So basically that is the way that I am internalizing, like, hey, what I really want to do is get my music out there and develop a digital audience around it. And this is the methodology that I'm applying to do that. So I'm going to check in 1 month. Basically, success for me very clearly is to shoot 20 videos, get 20 high quality videos ready. That essentially means that I'm going to need to first do a envisioning session in which I just sit with the music and be like, okay, if I had an unlimited budget, what would I shoot? That after doing that and getting kind of like the raw DNA sense of what that campaign is going to look like cohesively, then I'm going to look for a bunch of videos that I can use as reference points, being like, okay, I don't have an unlimited budget or unlimited time. So what other videos do I like that I might be able to emulate and pick them? Basically pick the videos that I'm going to shoot for by referencing other people's works and my vision board. And then I'm going to coordinate all of these videos and like, when am I going to shoot them? So all of that will be done this week. That's part of my weekly this week's checklist. And then the following weeks will be oriented towards shooting and having basically shoot days where I just go ham on making the media. And I really like this form and format, batch content creating, because it really allows me to focus deeply, intentionally, and I think get the most bang for my buck when it comes to time and effort. So, and also cohesion, making all of these as one big process is going to give them a similar feeling that I think will be a cool, cohesive element weaving the whole campaign together. And the following month, I'll basically start releasing and start advertising and experimenting with digital advertising with music, which I've been doing for other people's work recently, and I look forward to be doing for my own. So that's where I'm at. Super stoked to be here. Goddamn, it's been a journey, and it just begins.